evening, everyone. And I was trying to catch that beforehand, but welcome to the AM3 Championship here in Contest of Speed. I am Deathstorm, and before my lovely introduction, you were able to hear my cohort for the evening, Mr. E. Warren.
Whoops.
That's just funny.
Swear jar off the start.
Yeah, somebody is already owing the swear jar $5. But anyway.
Yeah, they're not in order, so I'll have to try my best.
It's alright. Well, anyway, we are here at Zandvoort in the Netherlands for the Dutch Grand Prix. Obviously, locations in Zandvoort with a track capacity of 105,000. This track was opened in a larger layout in August of 1948, and the architect is Jarno Zaffelli. This track, again, was shortened significantly from its original layout. In its current layout, it's at 4.259 kilometers, or 2.6 miles, with 14 turns, with a lap record of 111.097 by Sir Lewis Hamilton in the Merc W12 in 2021. Now, in qualifying, you see that it is pretty dry out there. I believe the race is going to be the same, minus the sun. I think it's just going to be cloudy, if I'm not mistaken, Mr. Weatherman.
It is very cloudy out, actually, currently.
All right.
Just avoided some late showers into the dawning morning.
Right. So yeah, there's that. We're going to have the telemetry, and we're going to have the lap cap. All right. Well, before we get started, a little bit of news from Great Britain. There were no incident reports in AM3, therefore the final results are official, with BK and Sean Boyd going 1-2 for Haas again, and yours truly, that is featured on screen currently, Captain America, rounding out the podium. Mr. Warren has the standings, I do believe, so whenever you are ready, you may take them while I'm on a lap with Mr. Captain America here.
I will try my best, as it is pretty jumbled up within the website at Von Maneuvel. We'll start with the constructors. Haas leading the way, as usual, with the dual-headed horse of BK and Sean Boy, 1-2. Red Bull sitting in second at 142, almost 200 points behind the Haas's. In third is a two-way tie between McLaren and Aston Martin at 90 points, with Alfa Romeo at 66, Alfa Romeo at 68, Mercedes at 66, Ferrari at 63, as the grid stays tight with 57 at Williams, 54 for AlphaTauri and Alpine. As we slide over to the driver standings, as earlier said, BK holds a closing lead with Sean Boy, who has taken two straight at 189 and 134, followed by Gru at 90, with Red Mask behind him at 76. Tied for next is Captain America, who has taken a very strong few races to put himself in a nice position, tied with Witche at 66. Behind them is quite a gap down to 41 points, who is Arkaka in the Alpine, followed by another mighty drop down to 37 with Spear Scott. 30 is a two-way tie between Jay Walker and D11 Marsh, with Tin Man right on their heels at 29, 25 at Raptors, 22 is Kiss My LZ, who's not here tonight, so his points will stay there. Black Hammer and Ike Jr. sitting at 20. Karsten, who's had a very unfortunate year, unfortunate season, sits at 13. Lightning Frown sits at 10. And at the back is Racer Guy 450. 1 point, if he is still running.
Okay, well, unfortunately, I do know that the Ferraris are kind of MIA at the moment. We do have a gentleman that raced in EU4 last season reserving with us tonight, Axie Boy. Actually, as he goes fifth fastest with a 1:16.5. But yeah, we're supposed to have 12 tonight. We're waiting on one, but Raptors was having Wi-Fi issues, so hopefully he joins before the end of qualifying. Otherwise, we're going to be stuck with the 11 that we have.
I mean, I could race. I haven't done a dry laps.
Any dry laps? Gee, I wonder why. The weatherman. I wonder why.
Gosh, I wonder why.
As Witch is crossing the line now. 112.5 puts him at P3 provisionally. I'm assuming Gru is going to be coming into the pits. The AlphaTauri of Tin Man's about to come through the Ari Lyondike corner here. Cornish Mantis, the winner of EU3, as well as the pole winner from this afternoon with a 111.2. Might be a little too late for that one there with Cornish, but still. I'll keep that in mind just in case for future reference if you're still up for, like, say, next week. I believe next week is Monza. But, yeah. With that being said, and what you were saying about Vamu, you do realize he was on vacation, and the standings page, the formula was all kind of jazzed up. I believe for the most part it is fixed now, so hopefully for the rest of the season we'll have it adjusted and fixed up for to make it a little easier on people like you who don't know how to read because you're from Nebraska.
Hey.
I'm sorry, I had
Just
to.
because I'm stupid doesn't mean I can't read.
I had to, I'm sorry. Garvey, no. If I can't have Texas in here, you can't be in here. Mr. AM2 leader. I don't want
No, not the AM2 guys trying to fight over reserve
fight over
spots.
scraps again. Severe Scott. I don't know where he placed in EU3 because I know he did reserve this afternoon, so he got some extra track time along with Tin Man and I believe Guru as well. I don't know where they placed, unfortunately, because I didn't catch a lot of EU3 this afternoon, which is very rare for me. I was too busy watching Paris-Roubaix. For those cycling fans, or non-cycling fans, I should say, that is a long race in front of about 28 or 29 cobblestone sections. Spread over 159 miles. So, yeah, it's kind of a demanding long race. Oh, really? Really, Warren? You had to do it? You had to do it?
Let's see if Cornish comes back. If he's a real one, he'll continue. Nope, and it's gone.
Gru got 7th. Okay. Thanks, Cornish. Gru got 7th, was the highest EU3 reserve. Scott got 9th, so technically they were still in the points. Tin Man DNF'd, okay. Hopefully he doesn't. DNF tonight.
You better not.
Arkaka, that's probably a glitch lap. 1:13.6. Yeah, we're gonna go on board with the Alpine here of Arkaka.
Tin Man better not crash out because we've been waiting 3 weeks for him to get back into the car.
I know, right? Very banked corner here. This is a very easy corner to lose the back end on.
Or get on the throttle too early and spin it.
As the McLaren, I think, almost just did. There's a car in front of him. That might be his teammate Carson Chong, so I hope he is aware that his car is right behind. Maybe he's going to be looking to get a tow here, or he's just going to let him go on the inside. There it goes. Okay,
I think he was slow down just a touch there. Maybe not, but...
I want to see him move at turn 7. Oh my god. Going
is
through
the
the Audi
hairpin
S
at the
corner.
front 2 turns or 1 turn?
What's up?
Is the hairpin at the front the first turn 2 turns or 1 turn?
It's 1 turn.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
The Audi S corner.
Oh.
The Hound's Earth corner is now his name. That right left chicane at the end of sector 2, beginning of sector 3. As Arkaka goes 116.
See if I can find somebody who's coming out
on track. Okay, so his teammate Carson Chong's looking the better that time of 116.
Red Mask is starting on his lap.
Oh, Oh, no, 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 as he just botched it and went into the barrier. So we're gonna not... We're not gonna watch any more of that, unfortunately for Carson Chong. We're gonna be right on board with the Red Bull's Red Mask. Him and Witjay need to make up some ground on the Haas duo if they want to have a chance at this constructor's title. I'm pretty sure driver's title is going to be almost out of reach at this point, the way those two are going. As Red Mask sets a purple sector 1, but again, with the game the way it is, I don't trust it. Going through 6, going down to 3rd.
Zandvoort and then Monza and then the next week, right?
Monza is next week?
I don't know what that says. We got this week and then Monza next week, or this week and then break and then Monza 2 weeks from now?
No, well, we go 6 races, so this is round 11, so we would have a race next week. So it would be Monza next week, and then we have the break. Home of 0-0 wings. As Red Mask going through the outer line down corner, hitting the last DRS zone. Going to the line, let's see what he's got coming. He's got a 1:11.9, good for second place. Going right in between the Haas boys. Sean Boy is ahead of BK for the first time this season as far as quality is concerned, I believe.
It's because I screwed him up because I told him to run some wet laps for me as my race engineer. That's on me.
You told him to run wet laps?
Yeah, it's because I could get a setup for him. So we got 6, 7, 8 left.
Oh, gotcha. Tin Man also going through the Ari Lyondike corner now. See what he's got coming. Should be better than previous. Goes up to 4th with 12.3. 6/10 behind Deshaun Boy. But still, P4 is pretty respectable. Who's on an outlap? Severe Scott. I don't think Severe Scott is got enough ERS to get through at 29-30%, so he's probably going to be coming into the pits this lap.
As a technicality, with the 208 points that are left to go, any driver is still on pace to win a championship. But with BK on pace for another podium, it will eliminate anybody with 0 points.
Listen here, Mr. Technicality. Just because of that, you know realistically. So, Carson Chong is looking good for this lap. See what he's got coming to the line, 114, 115. Still P11, 15.4. It's definitely better than the 16 that he had. As we just approach under 6 minutes left here in quali. That's his teammate in front of him.
Everything in Carson's gonna slam himself into a wall at the exit of his lap. Hey, technically everything's a technicality. Yes, I use technically in the definition of technicality. I don't care.
Yeah, Severe Scott's going into the pits. Gru is... Let's see what Gru's got coming. He's it looks like he's going to be on a hot lap here with this ERS at 60%. As a 25 to a tenth and almost a tenth and a half faster than his best lap already. So we're going to stay on board here with the McLaren as he goes through sector 2. It's very easy to run wide and overturn the car in this sequence of corners, especially this hairpin. You don't want to clip that curve. That is definitely an auto spin curve here. Going to the Audi S corner here. Ferrari of Axie Boy getting out of the way. Get nice and early on the power. You also don't want to hit this curb on the inside here. This is another auto spin curb that can catch you if you're not careful. Ari Lyondike hits the last DRS zone and straight to the line. We got a 112.8, good enough for 7th. 3/10 faster than his previous fastest lap. We just hit under 5 minutes to go, and let's see what Axie Boy's got going on here in the Ferrari tonight. Now, I don't know about you, there, Warren, but the banked left-hander, I don't know if you prefer going on the inside of it or going on the outside of it. I kind of like to I try to take a middle line through there. It's not too sharp, and you're not riding the curb so much, and you don't hit, for me, I don't hit the curb on the outside on auto spin, so. What's your preferred area?
With my practice kind of today, is Axie Boy's going to spin on that outside curve.
Man.
That's not quite where you want to be on track. But with my practice, it was kind of hard to tell because it was a wet practice. But It's kind of dependent on where I am, like on track. If I'm trying to defend from somebody, I'm gonna try to take that inside line and get a better run out of the corner, or at least just get like off the line quicker because there's not really much room to overtake on that straight.
Right.
If I'm trying to take clean laps, I'm gonna kind of start inside and go outside. So I'm gonna brake early and let the car roll around.
Fair enough, fair enough. Makes sense. Gru's into the pits. So we got 3 minutes and change left here in qualifying. If you're not going to be out on an out lap within the next 45 seconds or so, you're pretty much going to be done for the session. If you have any soft compound tires, you're probably going to want to burn them now. Tin Man, P5, 12.3. See what he's got going on here as he goes through Tarzan corner, and then the newly reprofiled bank corner here, going up the hill. Yeah, I don't know, Cornish. I'd have to talk with EU guys, the EU admins about that one, to be honest with you. So we shall get that straightened up for you as early as next week, and we'll get you sorted accordingly.
Jay gonna be the next guy down to that first sector mark, and he's gonna be almost 2/10 up, which is gonna put him right around where Tin Man is currently. He's gonna slide through that right-hander.
Gotcha. As Tin Man is going through the last sector now, he's about to hit Ari Lyondike corner here, and we get to see what he's going to be able to run for his final lap here in quali. 110, 111. He marginally improves to a 12.2, still 0.2 of a second clear or slower than Captain America. Those three top times seem to be pretty safe in hand right now, as everybody else can't crack the 11s. 6 retirements in EU3 and 2 safety cars. Holy crap. We got the Haas of BK here, who realistically, I mean, any one of these 3 guys, BK, Sean Boy, Red Mask, are going to end up challenging for pole here tonight. I don't think Captain America is going to have much of anything. Yeah, he's 3 seconds up. He has no front wing, actually, so there's his qualifying over. He's not going to be able to get back out on track. BK
I am
is on
taking a good educated guess and saying we were only running with 11 for the race.
But yeah, Gru and BK, Captain America's qualifying are done. Gru, 8th provisionally, is going to be the best he can do, and Captain America is going to have to settle for 4th at best. Tin Man settling for 5th, as BK is now starting his final hot lap. As we approach the end here, he is going to be the last man on track to set a lap, because everybody else's qualifying will be over once they hit the line. So I'll stay here with the Haas at BK, our AM3 championship leader, through the Sector 1, and his split time is going to be just marginally quicker, at 10th faster than his previous time.
Gonna have to get going on that lap, but Sean Boy's gonna cross the line almost almost a 10th faster than his last lap.
Sean Boy
1:11.6, so BK's got a lot to work with.
Yeah, there you go. Let's see what he's got going down into the Audi S corner here. What his Sector 2 time is going to be. He's 0.2 faster. He might be able to challenge here, as long as he can keep it clean and tight through Sector 3 and Ari Lyondike. You don't lose the back end of it here. BK riding the curb on the outside. That looks clean to me. Hits the last DRS zone. We're going to see him hit the line now. What is his time going to be? 1:11.3. Wow.
That was a
absolutely
insane final sector to take it from Sean Boy at the end. Let's go with that. At a 21.5 sector, third sector, compared to Sean Boy's 21.9.
Only
that final sector put in all 4/10 of that lap to beat Sean Boy to the line for pole.
Right. He only was down on the EU3 pole time by a tenth of a second. So that is phenomenal driving from the Canadian AM3 driver. Canadian lock out the front row in the Haas duo as well. BK P1, Seanboy P2, Red Mask P3, Captain America P4, Tin Man P5, with P6, Severe Scott P7, Gru P8, Arkaka P9, Carson Chong P10, Axie Boy rounding out the field. With that being said, normally I would start with you, but again, we agreed we'll go with me. Predictions in the chat are more than welcome. I don't see anybody touching the Haas boys. I'm gonna stay honestly BK1. I'm gonna go Seanboy P2. For my P3, I don't know. I think I might. You know what? I'm just gonna stay status quo. I'm gonna say Red Mask is gonna redeem himself and get that podium.
That means I have to go outside the box, huh? Because that's where I was gonna go with those three. But if we're playing the game, I have to try to cook something up.
I'm assuming you're gonna stay with the Haas boys 1-2. I would presume, right?
I was staying the Haas boys with 1 and 2. Ah! As
wow.
I don't think other than a late safety car can really stop BK's push. But he did say that he does see some Sean Boy pace, so we're gonna flip the Haas guys. I'm gonna go Sean Boy 1, BK 2, and then have Red Mask round out the top 3.
Okay, yeah, I've been riding that Captain America train lately.
So I'm gonna get on the Sean
Cornish
Boy
throwing
train.
a little wrench there. He's going BK P1, Red Mask P2, Sean Boy P3. It seems like the general consensus here tonight is going to be those three in the top 3. I don't see anything convincing me otherwise, but then again, Captain America has been really on as of late. So if there's anybody that I feel like that could probably surprise us, again, it's going to be him.
But because we're at the land of Max Verstappen, we are going to listen to the real Dutch national anthem.
Oh jeez, here we go. While we have that in the background, as you see the tire graphic, Red Mask, Tin Man, and Gru are all on the hards. Everybody else is on the mediums. Not surprising. 36 lap race. It's gonna be pretty much the status quo. Either soft medium, medium hard, or hard medium. That is very faint. If I could hear it at all, sir. By the way.
Is that better?
A little bit. Yeah, Mantis, Gru did that 20. He did 20 laps at France on the medium compound tire and ended up winning this season. He held off a charging BK to claim his win here in season 11 AM3 in France, Le Castellet, earlier this season. So, with that being said,
how's my national anthem?
With everybody coming to the grid now, we're gonna take the tire graphic off the screen for the time being. We're going to take that off, and I have an absolute terrible, awful camera angles. They're all in the back. Absolutely,
Jeez,
every single car is back. Just back here as Carson gets DQ'd.
Carson, come on, man.
2, 3, 4,
we're gonna go on the last show. Hope he gets a launch.
5 red lights, and away we go here at Zandvoort. BK gets a great start. Seanboy funneling right in line P2. Captain America jumps Red Mask in there. So, again, there's your surprise. Captain America is my hero. It looks like the Ferrari and Arkaka get tangled in there. Oh yeah, he got
There's a
tangled.
spinning Whitjay getting bumped from behind by I think it was Severe Scott
Oh
actually.
boy. We have a VSC, and I believe Arcaka doesn't have a front wing, and I don't think Axie Boy does either. Yep, Axie Boy and Arcaka don't have front wings. The VSC is gonna hurt them eventually. Good luck keeping up with everything. We'll find a way, Cornish. Trust me.
We'll try
We
our
will find
best.
a way.
If there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, pretty much. Take what's given. You know.
Yeah. I'm ready for somebody to spin on this curb under VSC.
Oh, jeez.
Axie Boy's off the track.
Jeez, I just saw that on my screen. He went into the gravel. He got overtaken under safety car, and we are back green flag racing, unfortunately. So those back two guys are going to be in trouble early.
Sean Boy's right on the tail of BK. BK did not get a very good run off this VSC, and Sean Boy's going to have him.
Did you just say the hallowed words of BK got a terrible restart?
I did. I'm thoroughly shocked. You never see it. He has broken the curse.
Jeez. But he's now holding off Sean Boy. Captain America is up in P3. He's only 8 tenths behind that. These might be the front four, might end up creating a DRS train. With P5 creating another DRS train all the way back to P9. This might be a race of quality over quantity. That's what it's been in AM3 so far this season. That's gonna force a bunch of those two drivers to do a two-stop. It seems there's no way, absolutely no way they're gonna be able to get involved. As Sean Boy's already cleared Captain America by 1.2. So if it's going to remain like this, then Captain America is going to be hoping for P3, making us sound like fools and completely just losing faith in him. Be like, I'm still here, boys. But we got a long way to go. 36 laps here. And Axie Boy's off in Sector 2 again. That Ferrari has just not been coming to terms. I don't know how acclimated Axie Boy is to the new game compared to the last one, because he didn't race at all this season up until tonight. At least as far as we know. I don't know if he was doing other leagues, but either way, unfortunate for Axie Boy. Hopefully he could get there. I catch Carson Chong spinning out and doing donuts worse than the Dunkin' Donuts man over here.
Mr. Donut Man.
That's the first time I was actually able to plug that in.
Are you Donut Man or are you Coffee Man?
Donut and coffee. Donut, coffee, and bagel, man.
Bagel. Gosh, I love my donut.
Everything bagel, you know. Everything bagel, cream cheese.
Donut. Homer impression.
Homer Simpson donut.
Funky raid. Did we just get raided? Oh my god, we got raided? That's crazy.
Interesting. Yeah, it's definitely a high downforce setup, especially for a potential AM2 tomorrow night with
very funky.
Wow,
welcome.
Wow, what is going on? All of a sudden, just bam, bam, bam.
Welcome to the race. Welcome to COS AM3 at Zandvoort. We're getting underway. Our Haas boys are off to a 2.5 lead on Captain America, as the gap's equal back to Red Mask and Whitjay right behind his teammate. Severe Scott up in a nice 6th place with Tin Man not far behind within that DRS distance. 2.5 second growing gap back to Gru with Karsten and Arcaka both 24 seconds away from the pack and Carson respectively, and Axie Boy sitting 14 seconds out of the points, with the leader, BK, quickly coming to the back of Axie Boy early in this race.
Yeah, there's your field summary through 4.5 laps as BK leading the field like he's done pretty much all season, only to just finish second for the most part as Carson Chong speeding into the pit lane.
Dream, I have a hunch that's the plan, I think.
Yeah, that might be the plan going forward in Season 12. Hopefully we could get enough people to keep 3 tiers, but we'll see soon enough. But as we're planning for right now, as far as the AM admin team is concerned, we're planning on trying to keep all 3 tiers intact. We just need to do some heavy recruiting. But yeah, as Mr. E. Warren said earlier, Captain America now has fallen 2 seconds adrift. The battle pack is going to be here as Red Mask is letting.
Whoa, as BK gets loose on the first corner on that curb, and Shambo's going to be right on the back of him.
Interesting. Very interesting move. Red Mask let Whitjay go into 1.
I think it's the tire differences there. I think they're playing the long game and trying to get Whitjay a gap. I think, as per usual, what I say is that double stack is going to be very important because all these other cars either don't have a teammate or have a gap back to a teammate, or don't have a teammate at all. So it's really important that Red Bull pairing can try to find a gap. As Scott's actually going to make a spin, as I actually caught that, got on the outside curb and just kind of lost it around turn 8, I believe that it turned 9.
Right. But no, Dream, that might be the play. Like I said, we'll figure that out as we go along. And once we do, we'll let everybody on the AM side know what's going on. We're transparent. We'll communicate with you guys.
We just kind of need to get through the rest of the season so we can figure out how many we're actually going to have for next season.
I'm wondering if it's going to be a new game cycle. Everyone's going to be excited to do it again. Maybe that might be what happens. Yeah, I'm on. Okay, it just showed that I was on board with Captain America, but yet it was showing a Red Bull. That made absolutely no sense.
Interesting.
Yeah, and yeah, this game is definitely rough. I had an easier time with Season 9, and that was in 2021, the 2021 game cycle, than this game.
BK is loving to just put a one wheel on that.
Wow, Axie Boy, 10 seconds there, exceeding track limits. I think he was just trying to let all the drivers by, and he got tagged with that penalty. So that's interesting enough. He's off track again.
No, he doesn't have a front wing.
Yeah, that might be it. And he is already a lap down. I wouldn't be too surprised if he calls it quits relatively soon, unfortunately.
Calls it quits in the pits. Basically like I did last season, because I had spun out at this corner, actually, that BK is coming around. And turned into Lord Mojave and backed it into a wall and broke my rear wing. As there is Axie Boy retiring.
Oh, he retired.
No, on track.
Yeah,
that's a full safety car.
He's spun out, and Ari Lyondike, it claimed its first victim. I wasn't able to catch it on stream. I'm assuming that's what happened. He probably clipped the curb, and that was going to be it. With no wing, that makes perfect sense. And usually with the Haas boys, they usually go whoever's the front driver. They usually don't try to fight. They just let whoever the front driver is go.
This is actually going to put Captain America in P2. He's going to have BK and Sean Boy, who are both on medium tires, are probably going to have to make a pit onto a hard tire here.
Oh boy. The double stack?
So, yeah, the double stack. So it looks like Sean Boy's actually...
We're going to have 2 double stacks, potentially. We're going to have the Haas double stack, possibly, and then the Red Bull double stack, 4 and 5.
Yeah, Sean Boy is letting this gap grow. try to avoid that double stack incident. It's going to go over 2.5 to 3 seconds before. Sean stays out. Builds a gap and then Sean stays out. Captain America is going to stay out as well. Whitjay's in. Red Mask is also growing a gap. He's also going to turn into the pits. Tin Man's right behind him. Gru's in. And then Scott's already a ways back, but I think he's already made.
Yeah, I believe he's already made.
He's already made a stop.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think he made his stop. This is gonna be interesting because
this is actually gonna put BK in prime position to take another win, as Captain America and Sean Boy are gonna have to pit yet again.
Yeah, Captain America and Sean Boy have yet to pit.
Might have been an interesting play to keep Captain America off of the front too.
Yeah, kind of like one does one, the other one's gonna pit. I have a feeling Sean Boy might pit this lap.
I would not be surprised, but I think that gap from Whitjay back is closing very rapidly. So the safety car, if Sean Boy wants to keep his top 3 spots, Sean Boy's gonna have to
pit this
hope
lap.
That good old Marylander is gonna get it going in the safety car.
No, Mikey, no, this is not
right,
Mikey.
No, Mikey, no! This is so not right.
Every time some controversy comes up,
we went car racing. What? This is a motor race. We went car racing.
Yeah, he definitely has to. I agree with that. Captain America also has to, in my opinion, as well.
Oof. Did you see that message?
Ooh, I just did. That is very interesting. I'll let Cam cover that one tomorrow night.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I'm not touching that. Yeah. Sean Boy did not pit. Neither did Captain America. So they are gonna definitely be hoping for a safety car. Another one, and I mean, it's Zandvoort, it's probably gonna happen. What's 90% of 36, by the way? 33, 34?
90%, 36, 32.4.
Alright, so you make it to lap 33, you're gonna end up scoring points tonight. Lap 33 is the magic number, as everybody goes to know and love. I love the 90% rule. I try to potentially cover that in every single stream, as Mr. E. Warren is aware. And it's a good practice to have, just in case somebody goes it alone next season, while the main gentleman is probably going to be racing. Because Lord knows I'm struggling with these cars. I need to snap out of the slump I'm in. I think I have 3 DNFs in a row. In AM2 this season, if I'm not mistaken. I think the DNF has become my new P11. I had to. I never DNF in any of these in any games, but just this season, I don't know. Okay, so this should probably be the last lap. Oh my god, that is interesting. And Warren, our other chat, is probably blowing up as I speak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't worry, my friend, first half of the season, I got 4 DNFs and a race ban? Gee, thanks. Thanks for the vote of confidence, coach. I might be DNFing a lot this season, but I don't have any penalty points for a race ban. Oh, jeez. Alright, well, the safety car should be coming in this lap, I would imagine. Right? I would think.
I would think so. I think
Yeah,
it'll happen
there it goes.
before.
As soon as I said it. As soon as I said it. Sean Boy's going to be leading the field going into Tarzan corner here. Captain America sitting P2. Those two have to pit. Everybody else behind him, everybody else behind them did pit. So BK is the presumed leader after the pit stops sequence out. With JP2, Tin Man P3 provisionally after those front two pit, and Sean Boy is not backing him up at all. BK got a heck of a start, but he can't pass anybody until the start-finish line.
Captain America's gonna find his nose in, and so is Witjay.
Witjay dives into the one. What a move by Witjay. Sean Boy and Captain America fighting for the lead here as well. Going through the bank left-hander going up the hill here. All 10 drivers keeping it relatively clean, so that's fantastic work by all of these guys. But Witjay overtook BK. A lot of J's here. Tin Man's right behind them. Red Mask is right behind those guys as well. Gru is hanging on. Severe Scott's hanging on the back of that. And then you have the two Alpines who are falling away a little bit. They did pit earlier on, and they do have older tires. So these two gentlemen are probably going to be looking for another safety car to get back into this race and get on another set of medium compound tires, I would assume. But Sean Boy and Captain America are attempting to go away here. Sean Boy has a little life left in those medium compound tires. He's already got a second gap on Captain America. Witjay sitting there P3, 7/10 back of P2. And then you have the whole gaggle of cars, BK, Tin Man, Red Mask, and Gru, with Severe Scott hanging around the back end of that as well. So this will be very, very interesting to break down later on, because those three medium compound tire guys in the middle of the pack, 5, 6, and 7, they're gonna have to pit one more time. So effectively, BK and Witjay are in the driver's seat for P1 and P2 right now. Oh no! I jinxed Captain America. He spun it out of that right-hander at the end of Sector 2, or at the middle of Sector 2 rather. I am so sorry. Oh wow, that Aston Martin, just a terrible stroke of luck there from him. We got a fight here. What's happened to BK?
Oh, BK's slow. What is happening?
Oh my gosh, what happened there?
BK got stuck on a curb.
Wow, BK got glitched and stuck on... He got beached on that curb. He could have reset the track on that one, and I would understand that completely. If there
This
is
is going to really shake up the rest of the grid, and it's going to force a BK storm through the pack, because Sean Boy's got a 4-second gap to the next car.
Wow.
So I mean, technically, if we're going by I'm in the lead right now.
Yeah, that's very
Really
rare,
gonna need
BK.
something from BK, because the only way anything, if you win, is if BK passes Red Mask, because he'd be the
Right.
next man up.
Yeah, because you have Sean Boy winning. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens there. But Sean Boy's got a 4.5, almost 5-second lead on Tin Man. Axie Boy has left the session, unfortunately for him for this evening, but yeah, still a long race ahead. We haven't even hit halfway yet. BK with a very uncharacteristic mistake, Captain America with an uncharacteristic mistake, as these two guys are fighting here for P8, going alongside each other, going into Ari Lyondike corner. Captain America does get the move done, but he is going to have to pit. Like, I would be pitting now, because you have nothing else to lose at this point. You already lost all the track position. And hoping for a safety car. But he's going to stick it out. Sean Boy's also going to stick it out. Sean Boy is going to end up dropping back into P10, as we already know, but his gap is not looking so bad. And Dream, yes, it's supposed to rain tomorrow night. We will see if the Mr. Weatherman, impromptu Mr. Weatherman, solidifies that or not at some point. But we're going to go back into this battle here. I'll just retire now then. I'll go back to this battle for P3 between Tin Man, Gru, and Scott. Seems like it's going to be the battle on track. As Karsten and Captain America and BK are also fighting for P7. They're not separated by too much either. And we're actually going to stay on board here with the McLaren, as Severe Scott's a half second back of this. I mean, he's hanging around. Severe Scott's hanging around. He's not making any mistakes. And he's sitting there for a top 5 right now, as well as Tin Man, Gru, Red Mask, and Sean Boy. But again, Sean Boy does have to pit. But those hard compound runners, Karsten might be stretching those tires a little bit, as well as Arkaka. But those hard compound tires, you can run them for days. They may be able to get to the end. Another 20 laps is a very tough ask. But Scott and Witch should be able to make it.
I have a hunch that Sean Boy's going to try to run these tires into the ground as far as he can.
Yeah, Sean Boy, I think, is doing that, and he's trying to hope for a safety car. Red Mask is gaining a little time on him. It's like a 10th here, 10th there every lap. But he's just riding his own race right now. Yeah, it'll be very interesting. Scott and Gru. Wow, Severe Scott got into P4. I missed that. I wonder if Gru made a mistake in the Audi S corner. Severe Scott, with that extra track time in EU3, it's paying dividends right now. He's on pace for his best finish of the season. Sitting there in P4. Maybe that's going to be our shocker tonight. You never know. It's just under halfway. He's riding a very clean, very conservative race. There's nothing wrong with it. But Gru's hanging around. Witche is attempting to hang around. As Carson Chong, he ends up DNFing there. There might be your safety. Oh, wow. That just bailed
there it
Sean
is. And
Boy out.
That's gonna bail Sean Boy. That's gonna bail BK, who I wouldn't be surprised if he decides to make a stop back onto those medium tires.
Carson Chong losing it out of that bank corner. I guarantee you, he hit the curb on the outside, and there went the back end. It's very easy to do. I don't know how many times I've done it on this track. But yeah, Sean Boy definitely got a get out of jail free card there. BK is probably going to bolt onto the medium compound tires. Sean Boy is going to have to bolt onto the hards. There's no question about that. Copy and paste of EU3. It wouldn't be... Wow. Yeah, I mean, Red Mask assumes the lead. Tin Man's in. Severe Scott goes past. He's going to go up in the P2. Gru, Witche stay out.
I think BK's maybe going to make the jump on Sean Boy. He is, so it's going to be BK with Sean Boy 5-6.
BK in front of Sean Boy 5-6. Arkaka P7. Tin Man's going to fall to P8. But he's on those medium compound tires. Therefore, he's going to have the... Tin Man might be in the catbird seat if there's mistakes ahead of him. Fresh medium compound tires, I'm pretty sure you can make them go 18. This is going to be 17 laps or so, I'd say.
No, we got...
Maybe 16?
Yeah, depends on how quickly these two get up to the rest of the group, so depending on how long, it should take them about a lap, so I wouldn't be surprised if we go next time around on the lap 20 and then just have the 16 remaining.
Actually, boy, I'm just writing down the DNF so far because Karsten did not make the 90% rule. Karsten, Alpine, DNF, and then a little sidebar as N for no points. Alright. I'm all caught up on my track notes. Oh boy. Yeah, we're gonna have some fun explaining to do later on, for sure.
Yeah. I'm talking with the other side actually right now.
How goes the race? Well, we were supposed to have 13, 12, 13. We only got 11. We just hit halfway, 2 DNFs. We have a somewhat familiar sight up front with Red Mask. Exactly the same as EU3. There you go. The Cornish Mantis review. Exactly copy and paste of EU3. No penalties as of yet either. Which is very shocking. At least to me, no time penalties. But in this juncture of the race, who's your favorite right now in this juncture?
I'm kind of going with BK at the moment. I just don't think Scott and Widjay have the pace, and I know Gru and Red Mask are going to have to pit again. Yeah, at least more early on, and they're going to have to either force themselves onto another set of mediums. So it's really mediums all the way for the rest of them, and Red Mask and Gru's tires are going to burn easily and let BK back in front, and then BK's going to make his pit.
Yeah, I'm actually going to go... You went with BK. I'm going to go Seanboy. Right now, just those... Wow, Tin Man and Arkaka are going to have to flip that position back, but... Yeah, I'd say Seanboy right now as the front guys, the front 5 in front of them. Those tires are just going to go as BK or Red Mask almost loses out of Ariane Dyke. That was crazy.
Ooh, there it is.
But Red Mask got a great jump off the line. BK, there he goes. Oh my God, there's BK out of Ariane Dyke. He just DNF'd.
AM2 announcements.
Oh no.
BK just DNF'd. I didn't even notice that. I was looking at my phone.
Oh, wow. Okay.
That is...
That's interesting. When we get more information with that, either tomorrow night or next week, I'm
not going to say anything about it.
I'm not going to either.
I'll leave that to I'll leave that to Kim.
Alright, well, lap 20 of 36. Red Mask is out to a 1.7 lead on Severe Scott already. Gru is sitting in P3. That DNF by BK further solidifies my favorite at this juncture being Seanboy.
And that solidifies me taking the win. No.
If Seanboy finishes P1, then yes. Red Mask is probably going to have to pit. I agree with that. Severe Scott might too as well. Gru, I know, is a tire lord, but...
I don't think he can take another 15 laps on these medium tires. 27 laps on medium tires is a very strong...
Yeah, that's very, very tough. That's a very, very tough ask. Severe Scott might be in a great position too. Scott, Seanboy, Tin Man's in a decent position. This will be very interesting. But yeah, we're going to go back to... Actually, we're going to go to the battle for P4 right now. Provisional P4 on track with Widjay, Seanboy, Tin Man, and Captain America. Widjay kind of almost backed up Shamboy into the Audi S corner on the exit. He's setting himself up to get overtaken by potentially the AlphaTauri and the Haas directly behind him. Shamboy's looking for it. He might dummy to the outside, which he's going to do, but there's just not enough gap there. And Witche's going to hold on to P4 for now. Witche is in a good place. Scott's in a good place. Shamboy's in a good place. But again, Red Mask and Gru, I'd like to say they're okay, but that's a tough ask. By the time it's going to be said and done, it's going to be what, 29 laps on those mediums? Give or take. Oh, Gru made a mistake. He's actually being let back into this. This four-way battle for P4 might turn into a six-way battle for P2. Excuse me. But yeah, Severe Scott's he's hanging on right now. Yeah, it's going to turn into a battle from P2 to P7 right now. Guru's going to look to make the move on the outside before Tarzan corner makes the move work. Severe Scott is better served not to let him go, or to let him go rather, and try to hold Witche behind. So his battle is definitely going to be with Witche. If this race goes green the rest of the way, those two are going to end up pitting or blowing a tire. Severe Scott, Witche, and Shamboy will be your podium, which is a very shocking podium to me. Is Tin Man retired?
There's
Oh my
Tin Man's
god!
out.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Oh VFC!
Oh, what's up, just
VFC.
a
Tin Man retires. Oh man, we're just getting Tin Man, AT, DNF, and no. Okay. So we're doing that. We got that all squared off. Interesting, interesting. Give me 2 seconds, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, this is going to be very interesting.
Yeah. I think we kind of have to explain it here because I don't know if Cam's going to have the full stuff tomorrow.
Oh man. You have I have the Twitch chat going right now, so you might be better served to explain it better than I can.
I'll try my best. Well, after deliberation from the AN admins chat, we've decided not really as a whole, but it was kind of for the better nature of keeping the AM cost community as a whole. This has been decided that Texas Tornado will no longer be driving in any of the F1 races. It is...
Now, I don't know if that is, yeah, all racing and admin duties with the chance of being removed from the league entire. Oh wow.
Yeah, it's
that might include NASCAR.
I'm thinking, because I was looking at his his thing. All that's left on he's gotten a NASCAR admin and NASCAR steward back, so he's still on NASCAR, but all he's got left is cost philanthropist, community, and PlayStation left in his tags. So that also includes F2.
If we get that off the ground, we don't want to. We don't want to jump the gun on F2 just yet. It's just a project in the works right now, but we'll get that. We'll get that according to plan there.
Yeah, but That is breaking news from the COS Discord.
Yeah. Not exactly the greatest news I want to hear. And as I bring up the penalties, going back to on-track action, the only penalty currently is Captain America, and it is a drive-through, so more bad news on top of that. And then on top of that, he's just going to go in and serve that drive-through now. He should probably lose P3 and maybe P4, but that's as far he might go. Actually,
is that from the end of the virtual safety car?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's got it taken off, so he's okay. He's lost P3. He's going to lose P4 as well. Actually, he's going to drop down to P6. So with that, Captain America goes all the way down to
from
P6.
having to
Try to
figure that out on his own. So, but yeah, it looks like Sean Boy is going to kind of cruise to the end, as Gru's gonna make a late pit stop with 10 laps to go. So those mediums will not run 27 laps, and Sean Boy's kind of gonna cruise to a race victory without his teammate PK, and this is actually gonna close the gap.
Ooh.
Tremendously for the driver's standings.
Oh yeah, I mean, if Sean Boy could get those
189 minus 134.
I mean, 20. He did 25 laps easily, but you have to add.
Is
you have to add.
He currently holding fastest lap?
What's up?
No, he is not holding fastest lap. So he would be, as of now, what looks like to be a race win for Sean Boy when it's all said and done. He is going to be 30 points back of his Haas teammate with 7 races to go.
Ooh, spicy.
And Sean Boy looks to be on a push, winning what will be 2 of his last 3.
Very interesting indeed. I do know this, if the podium stays as is, I don't think we're going to be able to get interviews with the exception of Sean Boy. Because I know Gru has to go to work early, and Red Mask he's pushing 3 a.m. as it speaks right now.
Yeah, I think we'll just, if it stays with these 3, I think we'll just
go with Sean Boy and then call it.
Yeah. But depending on where Gru comes out, because of where Red Mask came out, it will push Severe Scott and Sean Boy into what will be a fight for E3.
It could be a fight. As Gru is Arkaka.
So we have Arkaka making a spin. Try not to bring that safety car back out.
You do that, then
we want to calm and quiet into the race.
Let's see what we got here. This is going to be the battle that I'm going to follow on track. It's going to be this is definitely for the win. I don't see Red Mask catching a 13-second advantage with 9 laps to go.
I think Sean Boy realizes that Gru is not going to make it easy on him, but I can only imagine how worn those medium tires are on.
Yeah, I mean, yes, we know Gru is a tire lord. He knows how to conserve his tires, but again, it is a very tough ask, and the way to make those tires crack is to keep pushing them. So the best defense
it's a good offense
for Sean Boy is just attack, and eventually those tires should give way, but we don't know that. If they don't, then this is one heck of a drive. And here it comes on the inside. Sean Boy going into the front straight and into Tarzan corner. He's going to be able to complete the overtake. And
it should be the dagger to let Sean Boy cruise to the finish.
Yeah,
I would not be surprised to see if Gru can try to extend those to 26 laps, or if he tries to dive it in. Because if he dives it in, he's given way to not only Red Mask, but probably with Jay and Sir Scott on the back end of the pits.
Right. Yeah, Cornish, we actually agree with that 100%. I think those tires are a ticking time bomb. That is very, very accurate. But BK, that's a tough ask. It's 27. He's got to go 8 more laps, dude. I don't see it happening.
He's a magician if he can make that run to the end.
If he can make
He's
it
more
run
than a
to the
magician.
end,
He's a wizard.
if he can make that run to the end and keep P2, actually keep P2, keep the podium, that is just a phenomenal job. Arkaka is going to try to go for fastest lap. He's already dove in and gotten onto the soft compound tires. I'm not too surprised. That gap to Red Mask is closing. It is now under 12 seconds. It's gonna be under 11 seconds by the time this lap is over. I'm gonna stay on board here with Gru because I want.
You know what? I wish we had to look at what his tire percentages were at.
Yeah, I know. I wish we had TAS. I know.
Ass.
I wish we had TAS. I think they actually found the problem with it.
Yeah, it's within the formation lap that it's screwing the TAS up, so we'd have to drop formation lap to get TAS.
Ooh, Gru just almost spun it out of the hairpin. That was a
what your viewer points that mean literally nothing.
Let's see if we could pull it up here. Try to look at a steering wheel column if you can.
I can only see.
Like I can't really see much of anything.
I can see tire temps. I can't see tire percentages.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I can see pretty much everything else other than what we actually need. But yeah, like he's got 6 laps to go. That's 28 laps. That is, if he can pull it off, that's going to be impressive. All props to the McLaren for sure. We have a spinner. It looks like it's Arkaka going for the fastest lap attempt, and he spins it, unfortunately for him. That is very interesting. I don't know if he's just gonna I wouldn't retire. I'd stay on track. It's automatic points. P7 is what, 6 points? So just hang it out. Keep it on the track. Don't retire, and you got points tonight there, bud. Let's see what Gru's gonna do here. That gap is now under 10 seconds. And he's approaching 5 laps to go. This is going to be interesting. What's he going to do? He is going to try it. He's now pretty much committed to it. He's going to have to try to stay out. Arkaka's going into the pits. Don't retire. Do not retire. If he retires, he's not getting points. Or, oh my god. Oh. Why? Why? All he had to do was complete 1 more lap. Oh, I don't believe it. He retires in the pits. All he had to do was complete 1 more lap for the 90% and get the points. Arkaka, Alpine, DNF, and unfortunately, no. That means both Alpines are not gonna get any points tonight. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Arkaka left, unfortunate. I know what he was trying to do, and it just didn't pan out for him. Not a whole heck of a lot happening right now. It seems like P4, P5, and P6 is very heavily contested. I don't want to shy away from that battle, but the main concern right now is for P2. If he could hold these tires together, if that battle gets a little more crazy, I will move back to it. So just keep an eye on it for me, Mr. Warren, if you would please. But yeah, this is the main storyline right now. is Gru Tire King 101. Can you hear me, Warren? I accidentally possibly hit a button.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I just hit a button on my speaker, on my headset, and I didn't know if I muted myself. But yeah, Gru Tire King 101, if he makes these work, he's going to have to change his username. No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
Gru Tire King.
Gru Tire King. That gap to Red Mask with 3 laps to go is under 8 seconds. He might do this.
Look at AM2 announcements.
AM2.
He's about to go fucking crazy. I don't care about the swear jar right now. Shit just got real.
Why would it be necessary to ban? Oh boy. Oh god. Alright.
Oh my god. Kit and Andy are back.
Can you repeat that, please?
Andy Wu and Kitten Petter are back.
This is interesting. Oh, this just got... for lack of spiciness in this race, the off-track storylines are very, very interesting. Looks like I'm going to be... oh, wow. Yeah, this will be very interesting. 2 laps to go here. Gru is still holding a sizable margin to P3. Red Mask over there. And, oh my god, he might do this. He might actually do this. Kaka, Tin Man. Oh, Sector 1, it's Captain America. Captain America spun off the back of that battle there. Just keep it on the track. Don't retire. You're gonna have P6. This race has gotten somewhat interesting with that ending, for sure. Still no punctures for the McLaren. He might do this. All he's got to do is just make it one more lap. The only real tire dag part of this circuit is the Audi S chicane at the end of Sector 2, beginning of Sector 3. So if he just eases it into the corner and not touch a curb, Gru's gonna hold on for P2. I don't know whether to laugh, cry, jump for joy, or just whatever. I don't know what to do. But this is one heck of a drive by that McLaren. If he just got to complete a half a lap around here, around Zandvoort, another 30 seconds or so. Yes, we did, BK. Yes, we did. This is a high tire dag circuit, and we expected something to happen. But I'm going to go to the front for a quick second. As Shamboy is rounding out our Lion Die corner, he is going to finish off his dominance here at Zandvoort and win the Dutch Grand Prix. Gru is gonna make it. He made it. Oh my god, for P2. He made those mediums last 28 laps. What a drive. Red Mask and Whitjay. Red Mask gave Whitjay the position, so Whitjay gets P3, Red Mask gets P4. Severe Scott with a top 5 this evening in that Williams, P5. And then Captain America will make it to the line for P6. But my driver of the day is that McLaren of Gru Tire King. Forget Gru King. That man is an absolute tire lord, as the game gives Woodjay the driver of the day. Warren, I would probably assume that you'd say the same as you for driver of the day.
I would, because no one else really stood out besides him. I mean, there's really Sean Boy held the race for the most of it, but there's nothing you can really beat driving 27 laps on medium tires around a track like this.
But no, that is absolutely astonishing. I'm bewildered. Forget astonishing. Forget. There's not enough superlatives to describe that drive. He did it in France earlier this season. He just did it tonight in Zandvoort. Anytime it comes down to a tire dag race, I'm not doubting Crew any longer. He just he proved his worth in absolute trumping spades here. Sean Boy, again, takes the win here at Zandvoort. Grew P2, Witchay rounding out the podium in P3. Red Mask P4, Severe Scott P5, Captain America P6, Arkaka P7, Tin Man P8, BK P9, Carson Chong P10, and Axie Boy P11. Unfortunately, P7, P8, P9, and P10 will not be scoring points this evening because they did not make the 90% threshold. And Mr. E. Warren, if you'd like to invite our winner and potentially Woodjay into the chat, I would be ever grateful for your service there, kind sir.
If I can, Sean Boy, Witchay. Sean Boy. I still am not friended with Sean Boy.
Ooh, this is going to be a long
What are the numbers
night.
behind his name? I always forget it. 680? Behind Sean Boy's name.
788.
788.
Okay, so you couldn't convince Sean Boy, unfortunately. I understand. It's all good. BK, thank you as usual. We enjoy it down here. Woodjay, oh wow, okay. Well, give me one moment there, Mr. Woodjay, and once my screen loads, I can get over to where I need to get to, and we shall commence. If this game would be forever grateful. Woodjay. Well, since Mr. Woodjay is going to be the only one from the podium here tonight in that Red Bull, congratulations. I believe this is your first podium of the season, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, congratulations. I know it was a little bit of a war of attrition. On a couple of occasions, we saw Red Mask give you the position on track. I know the first time was probably because of the tire difference that you guys had and the different tire strat. But at the line, what was the agreement there? Was it just for the same reason, or?
Yeah, it was just so he was pretty much saying that. I mean, he's pretty much far off the lead at this point, so it's more just having to race for fun. So he was just like, since we usually work well with strategies and stuff, he just wanted to give me the win, or I guess the podium, and he wouldn't have been able to make it. So I guess it was in the good of cause interviews.
I mean,
but yeah.
Yeah, no, I understand it completely. You guys made a small dent into that constructors lead, and as Mr. E. Warren had said, the point standings are still not out of reach. Sean Boy is now within, you said 30, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yep.
Going into next week in Monza, so with 7 rounds to go, the gap is 30, and then we got to do the math on you two because you guys had a 3-4 tonight. But yeah, very good drive by you. Mr. Warren, you have any questions for Woodjay before we close the show out?
I do not.
Well,
But I did take the the win for the race, having first and third correct.
Yes, you did.
It
Unfortunately,
would
so I fall down to 4 and 7. I'm not gonna be able. I don't think I'm gonna be able to catch you now.
it
But
could have been a Red Bull double podium, but we both thought the VSC was the full safety car. That's why we both pitted. So otherwise, we would have probably stayed out and probably gotten second, third, maybe. So
gotcha,
yeah.
gotcha. So, but yeah, no, very, very good drives, very good recovery from both of you. I mean, you guys needed it tonight. A little bit of unfortunate luck with BK DNFing. You guys kind of needed that though to get back into the constructors fight. So it's not with that. It's not out of reach just yet. So just keep fighting, just like the Aston Martin boys are doing, and I'm looking forward to a three-way fight toward the end.
I hope so.
But for Witjay, for Tire God Gru, for Sean Boy, rest of AM3, and for Mr. E. Warren, this is going to be Deathstorm. We will see you tomorrow night in AM2, and I believe XP2 at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. AM2, same time, same place as tonight. All coming to you from Zandvoort here in the Netherlands. And with that being said, have a good night, everyone.